Alrighty, GOATs, welcome back to another video. By the way, GOATs is a good thing. That means you're the greatest of all time. So, I don't know. If you didn't know what GOAT meant, I mean, there's no way you didn't know that. Anyways, guys, hopefully you guys are doing well. It's been a couple days off, really just a weekend. Hope everybody's been doing well, keeping well. I mean, I don't know about you guys, man. International break drives me crazy, bro. I mean, I watched the highlights on stream, but I cannot. It just doesn't hit the same, bro. We need club football back. I mean, my FPL addiction is just, I'm trembling. I need FPL. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Today we're going to be watching a video, reacting. I know, we're back. We didn't actually do that many reactions this week. I think we only did one. The week before we did a bunch. We're going to be watching a video today called 10 footballers who fell off in their prime. This should be really interesting. So we're going to check this out. If you guys enjoy the video, drop a thumbs up. Before we get into the video, I want you guys to put in the comments down below, just put a footballer that you feel like fell off in their prime like this. Like, just, you couldn't even believe it. In a snap, they were like here. I think for me, one player just comes right to my mind is Hazard. Just a recent player. I think his fall off like this was really ultimately down to injuries. He just could not stay healthy. But we see this a lot. I think my second place would be to Deli Alli, because Deli Alli was like, oh my God, if you were there when he was balling, let's say 7 years ago. I mean, wow. And then just what happened, right? I don't know. So that's who comes to my mind. Put in the comments down below right away before we get into it, and let's jump right into this video.
From hero to zero, these footballers were once at the top of their game, but fell off in spectacular fashion. Some retired early, some moved to obscure leagues, and some just couldn't keep up with the pace of the modern game. Let's take a look at some of the biggest superstar footballers who fell off in their prime.
No way.
Eden Hazard, the once upon a time unstoppable force of football. Back in 2017, this guy was tearing up the pitch like it was his own personal dance floor. He was one of the 10 best players in the world, and no one in the Premier League could hold a candle to him. So when he made the mega bucks move to Real Madrid in 2019 for a massive 140.
People forget this guy was the cover star of FIFA 20. This guy was the cover star. I mean, people started to say he was getting the cover star curse, which only exists in Madden, where somebody gets the title, the photo of the game, and then they fall off. But that's a crazy thing to have. Man.
46 million euros, people thought Madrid had hit the jackpot. But it turns out they may have gotten a dud. Hazard's time in Spain has been about as effective as trying to score with your eyes closed. Injuries have been a problem, of course, but even when he's healthy, he's been more of a spectator than a star turn. His current worth is around 5 million euros. At this point, it's hard to imagine what the future holds for Hazard.
Well, he's playing in charity matches. This video might be a little old because I just recently watched him play in a charity match.
He could try his luck in a less demanding sport like synchronized swimming or curling. Similar is the case of Coutinho, the man who went from hero to garnish. Back in the day, he was the talk of the town, dazzling crowds with his fancy footwork and unbelievable goals. But now, he's become something of a transient figure, always on the move, always searching for the next big thing.
That's a good one.
Fortunately, all that career advancement has come at a price. Coutinho has sacrificed his identity and his potential to become just another ordinary player. He's lost that texture that made him so special, and now he's just a garnish, a side dish that clubs may use to complement their already established stars. From 150 euros to Barca to now 14 million euros to Aston Villa, that's a big downward spiral. Elsewhere, James Rodriguez, the World Cup hero, fell.
Wait a second though, but not. The point of this video is that yes, fell off in their prime. But man, what we just saw from James, he still got it. We just saw he still got it. But yes, he did fall off because, if you're not playing at a huge club in Europe, but is his football ability falling off? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Career overall.
Fell from grace.
Yes.
Back in 2014, this guy was on top of the world,
crazy,
leading Colombia to the quarterfinals and winning the Golden Boot for being the tournament's top scorer. He was the talk of the town, and so of course,
the James era was crazy in that World Cup.
They signed James for 80 million euros, expecting him to continue his winning ways and help them dominate the football world. And for a while, it looked like they had made the right call. James played well, scoring some crucial goals and helping Real win a few trophies. But then things started to unravel. James' form dipped, injuries took their toll, and he found himself struggling to keep up with the competition. Fast forward just a few years, and James found himself playing for Olympiacos for just 9 million euros. No offense to them. But that's a pretty big step down from Real Madrid, and now his contract at the Greek club has been terminated by mutual consent. Downward spiral. Another one on the list is Alexis Sanchez, who defied the odds and proved that signing for Manchester United after 2013 is a surefire way to failure. I mean, seriously, what happened to this guy? He was a beast at Arsenal, averaging 0.75 goal contributions per game. But as soon as he signed for United, it's like he just forgot how to play football. Maybe it was the pressure of being the highest paid player in the Premier League, or maybe it was just the curse of playing for United after 2013. And it's not like things got any better for him when he joined Inter Milan for just €4.5 million. Sure, he's had his moments at San Siro, but let's face it, Sanchez is a shadow of the player he used to be. Back in the day, he used to link up with Mesut Ozil and made life hell for defenders. Speaking of Ozil, he too fell off his prime. He went from being the second best playmaker in the Premier League to a forgotten figure banished to the wilderness of the Turkish Super League.
And he was also incredible for Germany
just a
too.
few years ago, Ozil was one of the most exciting players in the league, pulling the strings for Arsenal and racking up assists like they were going out of fashion. But now, at the age of 34, he's had to call it a day. Oh yes.
I think Ozil's largest problem in his career was consistency. I mean, I remember that one season he was like only, what, 4 or 5 away from the assist record with half the season left, and I don't think he got it, right?
Tiring. It's a sad end
Amazing
of what was
player,
once
though.
a truly remarkable career. Similarly to Ozil, another player who's experienced a notable fall from grace in recent years is Deli Alli.
Deli!
He
He's
was
got
the
two
rising
too.
star at Spurs with legends
He's got
like
both of the players
Mourinho,
I said.
placing full confidence in his abilities.
Man, I
At the
loved
age of
watching
23,
Deli.
He had scored far more Premier League goals than the likes of Frank Lampard, Paul Scholes, and even Steven Gerrard.
Crazy.
But later, he was left out of the England squad for Euro 2020 due to his declining form. Perhaps he was more focused on off-the-field shenanigans. And the funniest moment of Ali's decline was when he launched his own fashion brand, and the announcement was met with widespread ridicule, with many joking that he had more chance of scoring on the catwalk than on the football pitch. And well, fans are right. It's an achievement to nosedive your price tag from €100 million to 11 million. Not everyone could manage that. In a similar vein, Mario Balotelli promised so much but ultimately failed to deliver. He burst onto the scene in 2010.
Guys, one of the things that this video will teach you, not saying that all the players in this video fit this profile, but attitude is everything. Like, and I feel like the attitude of, let's say, Balotelli, for as funny as this guy is, I even would say maybe Hazard. We've heard that he doesn't even train. Like, he just messes around. A lot of the ex-teammates were saying that. I think you could put Deli in there. You know, I'm not going to be the one that's going to maybe say Ozil or James necessarily, but attitude is what really separates all these great talents, because all of them are great talents, right, to being GOATs, right? These guys that are consistent for 20, 15 years. We look at Ronaldo and Messi. I mean, you just have to be different. You have to sacrifice everything. You can't be making a fashion brand, all right? I mean, it's what it is, man. It's what it is. Man, I want to see his Balotelli part, because Balotelli was comical to watch.
After winning the Golden Boy Award, but it quickly became clear that his off-field antics were as noteworthy as his performances on the pitch. Despite playing for some of the biggest clubs in Europe, including Liverpool, Manchester City, and both Milan clubs, Balotelli never managed to settle anywhere for very long. He was like a nomad, constantly wandering from club to club, leaving chaos in his wake. In fact, Balotelli's rap sheet of misdeeds could fill an entire encyclopedia. He was sent off multiple times, fined for throwing darts at a youth team player, and even set off fireworks in his own bathroom.
I've seen
he now
that.
plays for FCC
the locker room.
in the
He
Swiss
set it
Super
off.
League with a current value of just
Crazy,
£2 million. Elsewhere, Samuel Umtiti was once considered one of the top
Oh my
defenders
God.
in the world.
He had
with
the
his commanding presence
shortest
and
prime
impressive
ever, this
performances
guy.
for Barcelona and
I don't even
the
know what
French
happened to
national
him.
team. However, in recent years, it
I
seems
think he's at
like
Lille
Umtiti's
now.
career has hit something of a bump. He's been plagued by injuries and his form has taken a significant dip, leading some to wonder if he's lost his touch. A once commanding defender with a price tag of €70 million has now become something of a liability for Barcelona, who have loaned him to Serie A club Lecce. It's a shame to see such a promising career take such a nosedive, but hopefully Umtiti can find his form again and start making headlines for the right reasons. Talking of more falls from grace, let's take a moment to talk about Paul Pogba. At Juventus, he was out of this world, winning 4 Serie A titles and helping lead the team to the Champions League final in 2015. And who could forget his performances for France in the 2018 World Cup, where he played a pivotal role in their success. But then came the United curse. After his record-breaking transfer to Manchester United, Pogba struggled to replicate his Juventus form, with some fans and pundits questioning whether he was really worth the money. And despite occasional moments of brilliance, he has never quite been able to recapture the magic that made him one of the best midfielders in the world. Now, after an extended injury, Pogba has returned to Juve, where he will hope to regain his form and help lead the team to more success. But let's be
This video's a little outdated because if you guys didn't know, I think he got in trouble with something like steroids or something, right? He got banned. And yeah, I agree with that. I think a little harsh with the United because I think he was pretty crazy still there. But for what he was the previous time with France and Juve, I agree.
Be fair, seeing a 100 million euro prodigy plunging into around 20 million euros worth, that's a massive ruin. Last on the list is a fan of spicy Chinese noodles. Maybe that was the reason why Oscar left Chelsea. After 5 seasons
my God,
of
this
serving
is
for Chelsea, he made a shock move.
There's
to
an
Chinese
argument for
club
this
Shanghai
being
in
the craziest one,
2017 for a
actually.
reported
Wow.
transfer fee of £60 million.
Yeah.
It was a deal that raised many eyebrows, with many pundits questioning the move, and it turned out to be a bummer of a call for the Brazilian midfielder. And let's be fair, Oscar could have been the next big thing in European football, but his decision to play in China took a major hit as he struggled to make any significant impact in a league that was widely regarded as of much lower quality than Europe's top leagues.
Crazy.
He has a current value of £8 million. Okay, that's more than enough info for you for today. While you're at it, please like.
Great video. Great video. I really enjoyed this video, man. It's crazy that the 2 players I said were in the video. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you in another one. Hope you guys enjoyed today. Peace.